All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun like triple E. Close. Let's go. On one. On one.
Ready?
Hey.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Huddle. If you guys are new to this series, it's a series that we do each week where we answer your guys' questions. So wherever you're watching this video, if you have a question you want answered here regarding Madden 25, just make sure you leave that question in the comments section below. If you don't see that question in a future video, you can always join our free Discord by going to HuddleGG/Discord, and we can answer the question in there as well. We are monitoring that every day. So again, if you don't see your question in one of these videos, you can always come ask it there and we will take care of that for you. With that being said, let's dive into today's episode. And the first question today comes from MuttGuy101, and they ask, how do you like to attack cover 4 drop style defenses? So we're going to show you actually a bomb play that we can use against cover 4 drop. And this is kind of a universal concept, and it's part of our route combo Bible, which can be found over at our website, where we talk about how to attack every coverage in the game, right? Cover 4 drop, cover 4 quarters, cover 2 man, cover 1, all of those different types of coverages you're going to face. We talk about route combinations that will beat that you could create in your own individual playbooks as well. Today we're going to talk about, again, a bomb play for cover 4 drop. We are going to be using doubles off close weak here in the Giants playbook for this particular play, and we're going to be using double post. But the key to this is finding these 2x2 formations with this outside receiver to the left on that really deep post. Okay, so you can see that post there to the X receiver on the left side of the screen. That's what we're looking for to make this play work. Now, the great thing about this bomb is we can actually max protect. We only need 3 routes on the field. Now, what we want to do is we're going to motion this solo receiver over here to the left to create a 3 receiver side. We're going to put him on a curl. We're going to put the Y on a corner. And then we're going to custom stem the X up 2 on the D-pad, okay? So that deep post, we're going to make him go even deeper. Now from there, you can see we have that tight end and the running back on routes. We can actually block these guys if we'd want to get a 7-man protection. The great thing about cover 4 drop in general is there's only 3 people rushing. So you should have some time in the pocket to make this throw. Just make sure you step up and throw where you need to throw. I like to double team the D tackle a lot, but this is what the route combination is going to look like for us. And what you're going to see is we're looking to hit that X over the top. So if we go to say hike here, you're going to see we're just going to buy this time in the pocket. We're going to wait. And we're going to throw that ball over the top. And you can see we're able to get ourselves an easy 1-play touchdown. Now, the great thing about why this play works, and the reason why this play works, is the depth of that post. So if we look at this, right, this safety here, he does not recognize this outside receiver because he has not went on the post yet, right? So he just thinks that he's on a streak going down the field. So he's not going to back up with that route. And he's actually seeing these routes underneath of him. And once he does realize that that guy's starting to get into his zone, you can see once he's starting to get to the numbers, the safety will try to turn and run. But at that point, it's going to be way too late for him to get back to that receiver. We're going to be able to get that easy touchdown. So again, one more time, we can max protect if we want. We're going to motion this receiver to create a 3 receiver look to the left side here. We are going to put the inside receiver on a curl, the middle receiver on a corner, and then we're going to custom stem up twice on the D-pad that outside receiver on that deep post. And again, you can run this either side. I like to run this to the wide side of the field personally, but then we're just going to say hike, and we're just going to buy this time in the pocket, wait for that route to get over the top, and you can see that once again, we're able to get that easy 1-play touchdown against cover 4 drop style defenses. Our next question today comes from Aaron McGuire, and they ask, can you go through all of the best abilities for each position in Mutt? Now, unfortunately, in this video, I do not have the time to go through all of those abilities, but what I will show you is a great tool with an ability tier list that we actually maintain ourselves that you can utilize throughout the year to answer this question anytime you want to know, hey, what abilities should I have on the field? Now, this is going to be found over at mutt.gg, and if you guys are watching this video and you have not been to mutt.gg before, and you play Ultimate Team, you need to get to this website. It is the best website for anything Mutt related. So again, all your player items, all their abilities, what their price is on the market. You're going to see these articles here at the bottom, and we actually make these Ask Huddle videos into an article as well that you have the opportunity to read through if you would like. And then what we want to do here for this question again is find the ability tier list. So where do we find that on MuttGG? So if we go to the top of the page, you're going to see these 3 dots. If we click on these 3 dots, you're going to see under mutt.gg resources, there's something called abilities tier list. If we click on that, you're going to see the tier list pop up. Now, in the top right, you see it says we teamed up with the pros at HuddleGG to create and maintain our abilities tier list. Now, we do this best to worst. So we're going to have elite, gold, silver, and bronze. The elite abilities, which you can see here at the top, are the ones that if you can get them on your players, you need to get them there. The gold are going to be really great options and can still make a good, significant impact on the field. Your silver ones are going to be more so abilities that can be effective, but they're more scheme specific. And then the bronze abilities are ones that don't have a lot of effectiveness in the game. Maybe they don't work necessarily as they're intending, or maybe they just aren't, again, as useful as these other abilities that we see here near the top. And what's great about this specific page as well is when you click on a specific ability. So for instance, if we click on Secure Protector here, right, you're going to see a quick description here to the top left. And then to the top right, you're going to see some advice from us. It's then going to show you any players in Ultimate Team that get this specific ability for cheap. And then you're going to see all the players that get this ability in general there. And you're going to be able to do this with any of the abilities in the game. So you can see here, again, is our elite tier. Then we have our gold tier here. Then we're going to see our silver tier abilities. And then we are going to get down to our bronze tier abilities here. So again, if you're ever having any questions about an ability, how effective it is, and should I be using this ability, make sure you go to this abilities tier list. And if there's something that you guys disagree with that's on this list, or there's an ability that you guys really think should be moved up or maybe moved down based off your personal experiences, just make sure you leave that in the comment section below as well. And we always are willing to listen to advice and reevaluate what's on here. But again, this is going to be your best spot to go to get all of those ability related questions answered. Next question today comes from Droopy34, and they ask, how are you defending the trips tight end flex meta? Now, we are going to be showing this out of nickel 3-3 odd, but you can do this same concept out of a variety of different formations here in Madden 25. We're going to be using the play cover 3 buzz Mabel or cover 3 buzz match. You may see it in other formations. But what we're going to do is we want to make sure that the deep middle third safety is starting out to the trip side. So anytime we come out in a 3 buzz Mabel or a 3 buzz match look, one of the safeties is going to be in a yellow, the other is going to be in a deep blue. We want the deep blue to be on the side of the trips. So in 3-3 odd here, a lot of times you'll need to flip it because the trips are going to be to the left side of the screen. But this is what it's going to look like here. And again, you want to have this middle third safety to the side of the trips. You want the backside safety to be in your yellow. Okay, now the one good thing about this is it gives us a too high look. Okay, if we would not run it this way, let's say if I just flip the play real quick, you're going to see it gives us a 1 high look, and that makes it a lot easier on our opponent to know that we're in, again, either a cover 1 or a cover 3 look here because we only have that 1 high safety. But if we come out with this deep inside third to the trip side, you're going to get this 2 high look, and it just makes it a little bit harder for our opponent to understand what we're doing defensively. Now, the main meta play you're going to face here in trip side and flex is going to be this play right here, where we have that whip to the Y, you have the tight end on the post, running back to the flat, and this is what the stock play looks like with the motion, but a lot of people are going to put this B on a drag. We will talk about what we can do if they motion that guy, that pre-snap auto motion. If that guy goes on that wheel, we'll talk about how we can defend that as well. What we want to do here is if they put that drag on the field, we're going to do the same setup here. So what we want to do, we want to spread our defensive line in this, and we want to crash down just to get rid of the contain angles, because we're actually going to be using this outside linebacker here. We're only going to be rushing 3, so we do not want to have the contain angles on as well, because then we'd be essentially only rushing 1, and that would put us in a bad position to get any pressure on the quarterback. Now what we want to do is we want to start out here to the running back side. I'm going to run and make contact with this right guard and then peel off and take the running back to the flat and then come back to the middle. But what's really great about this play is the way that the yellows defend the tight end post, and also the way that that seam flat on the back side is going to help out with the little return or that inverted whip route. Okay, so what you're going to see here is when they go to say hike, we're going to make contact, we're going to peel over here, then peel back, and you're going to see that we're going to have really good coverage across the field. We're going to match 2 of the routes that they really want to attack with here, and it's going to honestly bait a lot of people into throwing some interceptions. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten interceptions running this concept against this specific play. So what you're going to see here is we're going to make that contact with our user, and then we're going to peel off to the right to take away the running back initially, just to make sure they don't throw this, right? We want to deter them from throwing this right away. Now, a lot of times people are going to look back to this drag, so that's why we're going to peel back and look to take that away. But what's great here is if they do not time this tight end post perfectly, okay, so we'll look at this route first. If they do not time this post perfectly, you're going to see once he gets across the field, a lot of people are going to see him get here, and they're like, oh, we're just going to throw into this opening over here once he gets past this dropping linebacker. The great thing about this coverage is this linebacker will now match him all the way to the sideline and run with him. and you will get a lot of people throwing this route because they think that he's going to be open once he gets closer to the sideline, and he is not going to be open. Now, the other great route here that we need to defend is this return route or this inverted whip, and a seam flat does a great job on this as well. So you can see here our seam flat is just going to play downhill on this. He's going to take that away completely. If you have a mid-zone KO on this guy as well, even if you get beat by half a step, you're going to be able to knock that ball out. So again, the two routes that they want to throw here, this whip and then this tight end post, are completely taken away. And then again, they're not going to really have anything over here, maybe 2 to 3 yards. If they throw the drag, it's not much. We're going to be able to lock down this play the way that most people are setting it up. Now, like I said, you will have people who will run this stock like this. The only thing we want to do is when we see that guy go in motion, we're going to change this safety to the right side of the screen, that yellow. We're going to change him to either an inside quarter or a deep half. Okay, so once we see that guy go in the auto motion, we're going to have to just have our hot routes available or our adjustments available, adjust that safety to an inside quarter or a deep half, and we should be able to take care of this play still. So what you're going to see here is, again, we see that guy in motion, we'll go switch that. Now what you want to do, you want to fake here, take away that tight end initially, but then our backside linebacker is still going to take that away to the right side of the screen. We are going to have the outside third take away this wheel, so you can see this wheel's taken away from the outside third. Again, we can let him check it down to the running back. We can always look to take that away later on as well, but we do have a seam flat coming down. Again, this is going to be minimal yards, not what they want to hit every play. The seam flat is bagging the return route over here. You can see, again, this guy is taking away this tight end on the post. And the reason we have this inside quarter or deep half here to this guy is a lot of times when they have that auto motion, they'll put this tight end on a streak, and we don't want to let that streak run past our yellow, what's typically on the play. So we'll just put that guy here on an inside quarter or a deep half. But again, you only need to do that if you see that inside receiver go on that auto pre-snap motion. If not, use that setup we talked about at the beginning of this video. And either way, you're going to completely lock down this play, and a lot of people are not going to know what to do if you've taken away their #1 play here in this formation. And then they're going to start trying to freestyle, and that's when you're going to really start to get even more stops because they're not in their comfort zone on the offensive side of the ball. Our last question today comes from Fraud4402, and they ask, is there an ability that helps running backs or fullbacks in pass protection? Now, his specific question had a little bit more to it. He was asking in regards to the loop blitzes, and we will talk about the best abilities for your running back, whether it's a loop blitz or a blitz off the edge, really just blocking in general from this position. And he also was talking about the honorary lineman ability and asking if that would work. Now, we'll talk about that first here. And again, that's a great question and a great thought, but I'll show you why honorary lineman is not going to be the most effective ability to put on your running back or fullback when it comes to picking up blocks. Now, if we go to the honorary lineman ability here on Michael Burton, you're going to see in the top right, it says this is impact block wins versus DBs. When your running back or fullback is in pass protection, he is not going to be using an impact block because he's just going to be sitting there in pass protection. Impact block is going to be great if you're a runner and you like to get him out on the edge and in a running scheme like stretch where he's getting out there to the outside to block a DB. That's going to be really good because when he's on the move, that's when impact block is going to come into play more. When he is sitting there in pass protection, this is not going to be an effective ability for you to use. Now, the second reason is when we are blocking different blitzes, it's not always a DB he's going to be blocking, right? So sometimes they'll send the loop with a linebacker. Sometimes you'll have to block a linebacker off the edge. Honorary lineman's only going to help against DBs. So again, that's another reason why we want to shy away from this ability a little bit when we're looking at the best pass protection abilities for our fullbacks or for our running backs. Now, the best ability to put on a fullback or a running back, and this is going to be the best pass blocking ability in the game in general, whether it's on your offensive line, tight end, or running back, is going to be secure protector. Now, Michael Burton himself does not get this ability, but there are players, you go to HuddleGG and check it out, there are running backs and fullbacks that will get this ability. Kyle Juszczyk, I believe, is the one that comes to the top of my head right off the bat. I know that he does get that ability. And again, this is going to be the most effective ability for you to use on your running back or fullbacks in terms of picking up blitzes. And the other one we want to talk about is going to be all day. Now, all day can be effective, and this is going to be a secondary ability that I would put on if I can't get secure protector. This is going to be something that helps after the first pass rush move. Okay, so that first initial contact, he can still lose, but those secondary pass rush attempts that the defender is going to try, all day is going to really start to lock those down, because if you see here in the top right, it says better protection against frequent shed attempts. So that's when all day is going to come into play. Again, if you're looking for the best abilities for your fullbacks or for your running backs in pass protection to help pick up those loop blitzes, or really to help pick up any blitz in general, you're going to want to go secure protector first. And then if you can't get secure protector on your individual player, you can always go all day, which is going to be a nice secondary option for us. And if you guys are looking to get even better at Madden 25, make sure to join our free Discord by going to HuddleGG/Discord. Have a great day.